have to find an aesthetic. I am an aesthetic. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out here right now who's going into Pinterest trying to type up all these adjectives to describe me.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another episode on my channel. It is the one, the only, your favorite girl, Nakaja Ima, and as you read in the title and seen in the thumbnail, you already know what this video is about. So since I finished my process of applying to colleges and now I'm getting accepted to colleges, I feel like I'm educated enough to educate y'all on the process of applying to colleges, and hopefully I can make it easier for y'all than it was for me. So the first thing that I want to discuss with y'all is the difference between a CUNY and a SUNY. So CUNY stands for City Universities of New York. So if you live in the 5 boroughs and you're going to a CUNY, you are in state, you are staying home. Some CUNY colleges are John Jay, Kingsborough Community College, NYU, which stands for New York University, York College, and College of Staten Island. There's plenty other CUNYs, but those were the ones I thought of. So if you are going to a CUNY and you live in the 5 boroughs, most likely you aren't going to be dorming because it doesn't make sense to dorm and you live so close to your college. So it's not guaranteed that you won't dorm, but most likely you aren't going to dorm because let's say if you go to Brooklyn College and you live in Brooklyn, you only like an hour and a half away. Even if you live in Brooklyn and you go to Queens College, you're only like 2 hours, an hour away. So it just really doesn't make no sense. And most likely if you're dorming, it's because you want the college experience. And if you live in the 5 boroughs and you live in Brooklyn and your college is in Manhattan and you dorm in Manhattan, that's not really anything new. That's literally just a backyard for you. So if you are going for the college experience, it's going to be a waste of time. It's just no point. And also, if you chose to stay home because of finances, you weren't financially stable, or you could not afford to go to college for a way, you couldn't afford to dorm, it's really going to be inconvenience for you to dorm, and you live so close to home and you didn't have the money, so now it's extra money coming out of your pocket that you did not have. So it just doesn't make sense to dorm. Now, like I said, it's not guaranteed you won't dorm because my friend, he lives in Flatbush and he goes to a college in the Bronx and he dorms. So it just depends on you. He ended up staying home because he plays football and everything. So now SUNY means State University of New York. Okay, so some SUNY colleges is Ontiana, which is a 4-hour drive from New York, Buffalo State, which is a 8-hour drive from New York, and Monroe, which is in Rochester, which is a 6-hour drive from New York. So if you are going to a SUNY, most likely you're going to be dorming because now it's going to be inconvenient for you not to dorm and you live so far from your college. So yeah, and also I feel like a SUNY provides you the college expectation or the college life, because when you think of college, you think of a new journey, a new era. You think of being uncomfortable, you think of adulthood, you think of independence, you think of being out on your own, you think of you think of that stuff. And I feel like a SUNY provides you that. And also a SUNY, like, you are still close to home, but now you are 3 hours plus away from home. So the only benefit about like being so like close to home, I guess, is like you can always go back home if you need to. Like if it's an emergency, it's like even if it's a couple hours away, it's still way quicker than a plane ride, which a lot of other out-of-state colleges are that, a plane ride away. So SUNY colleges gives you the opportunity to experience the college life, but if it's too much for you, or if anything comes up, you can always go back home in a couple hours. So it's like you got one foot in, one foot out type of thing. So now let's talk about if you do not want to go to college and your alternative, or like when you tell teachers or your counselor that you don't want to go to college, they offer you a trade school, or they tell you about a trade school. So trade school specializes in one specific career. So when you go to trade school and you have classes, the people who are in your class, they are all aiming for the same career that you want. So if you're going to trade school to be an electrician, everybody in your class is aiming for the same thing, to become an electrician and learn how to be an electrician. Unlike college, if I have a psychology class and my major is a mental health therapist, or my major is psychology, and another girl in my class, in the same class, her major is business. So we're in the same class, but we're going down 2 different roads. So college provides you like you are kind of learning a little bit of everything. You're not learning a little bit of everything, but you are learning more than just the major that you study. Now, unlike trade school, if you're going to be an electrician, you are just going to be an electrician. You're learning about electrician stuff, nothing more, nothing less. So trade school offers, or some things you can go for in trade school is skilled trades, and some things that fall under skilled trades is a plumber, a welder, and electrician. You can also go for healthcare. You could become a nursing assistant, which is a CNA. You can become a pharmacy technician. You can also go for a dental assistant. You can go for culinary arts. You can become a chef, a baker. You can learn about restaurant management. You can also go for legal and public safety, and you could become a EMT and a fighter. So like I said, I'm sorry if I can hear people talking in the background. I'm trying to talk over them and remember what I'm trying to say. So like I said, when I said skilled trades, it's certain things that fall under it. So like healthcare is many different careers that falls under healthcare. So even though I said that trade school specializes in one thing, it's like you have so many options. And another thing about trade school is really it's really one and done. Like you're going in there to get your like you're just going in to get stuff done. You ain't come to play around. You want to hurry up and be done with school. That's really what trade school is. Like, I want to hurry up and be done with this. I want to get credentials. I want to have a city job. I want to have a good paying job. But then I also want to get this over with. So now, when you go to trade school, they offer a certificate, which you can earn a certificate in 6 months to a year. You can also earn a diploma, which takes a year to 2 years to earn. And some trade schools offer a associate's degree, which takes about 2 years. So like I said, it's like really one and done. Like it's a quick process. You can be in trade school. You can be in school or learning academics for the next 6 months or 2 years. When you go to college, it's kind of like a guaranteed 4 years you're gonna be there. So it's one and done. You're being real quick. Like, let's hurry up and get this done. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go back to CUNYs and SUNYs. According to Google, CUNYs and SUNYs are affordable. They're not that expensive, which like New York gives you a lot of like resources and a lot of like ways to pay this, like to pay that money. It's not that expensive. And then trade school tuition costs range around $5,000 to $15,000, but it could be more. So now let's go back to if you're deciding that you want to go to college. So you would apply to SUNYs and out-of-state colleges on Common App. So instead of going to each college you're interested in on their website, you would go to the CUNY app and you would fill out various questions about like your family, your GPA, your SATs, your ACTs, your transcript, your honors, your activities, your address, your social security number, the classes you are currently taking, the high school you are in, your demographics, the language you speak. So you will, on the Common App, you will fill out all your information answering those questions, and the Common App will send all of your information to all the colleges you're interested in. So when you go to the Common App, it says My Colleges, and you will pick the college you're interested in. And then the Common App, when you fill out all your information, it will send it to all the colleges that you selected that you are interested in. Now, for me, like colleges have like emailed me when I submitted my application that it was like my application was undone, and the only thing that they did not have up there was my transcript. And if that's like your case, then you have to email to school the college gave you and email it to your counselor, and then they will do it for you, or you have to do it yourself. So they all keep saying that I'm missing my transcript, but then there's other colleges who received my transcript. So yeah. Okay, so the luxury about the Common App is that you only have to fill out it's a lot of questions, but you only have to fill out these questions one time. You do not have to do it multiple times. Like my aunt, she's like 26, and when she was applying to colleges, she had to go to each college website and fill out all these questions over and over and over again. So with Common App, you only have to do it once, only one time. So, and also, let's say if, like I said, you apply to SUNYs and out-of-state colleges on the Common App, but then you apply to CUNYs on the CUNY app, which is essentially the same thing. You're filling in all your information, answering a bunch of questions, and then the CUNY app would send it to all the colleges you're interested in. So let's talk about your personal essay, your college essay. So I'm about to say like a couple of things that you should keep in mind as you're writing your college essay. So you are advertising yourself to the college. Why do you deserve to go to that college? Why should they pick you instead of all the other kids that are applying to their college? What are you going to add to their college? Are you going to be an asset to their college? How do they know that you are strong enough to keep going when college gets hard? How do they know that you're going to persevere? How do they know that they're not wasting their time with you? Because they, like, let's say, right, stuff get hard for you and you drop out, and it was another student that they picked you over her or him, and they would have, persevered through whatever challenge they was going through. So when I say you have to advertise yourself, when you're writing your personal essay, you're speaking highly of yourself. You are putting yourself on the highest pedestal. You're talking about all the good things you did. You're talking highly of yourself. You really want this. You really want to go to this college. You're gonna say all the good things about you. You're gonna speak truly. You're gonna be open. You're just gonna express yourself to them. So when you're on the Common App, the second to last thing is the written part, the writing part, which is your college essay. So it's a little box, and then it's gonna say a max amount of words. So my max amount of words was 650, and I wrote 642 words. So the advice that I can give you when you're writing your college essay is the advice my counselor gave me. So the question I answered was, the lesson we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or failure. How did it affect you? And what did you learn from that experience? So my counselor told me to think of 3 traumatic things I went through, and then pick 2 out of those 3 and then write about it. So when you're writing about this, you want the reader to feel like they are in that moment with you. They want to feel like they want to be living in that memory with you. So when you hear that, you just start telling a story. It just start flowing out of you. It just start flowing. But then you don't want to overshare. You don't want to over elaborate. You don't want to over talk, because 650 words seems like a lot until the words start flowing out of you. When I looked at my word count, it was 936 words, and I only needed 600. So, and I didn't even get to the point. So looking back at 650 words, it was a little. Like when I was writing my essay, 650 words seemed like a little bit of space, but then when I started, it was so much. Like it was like, how am I supposed to come up with all these damn words? Like I don't even know what I'm supposed to talk about. I don't even know. Like I don't know. That's what it felt like. So you do not want to over elaborate, like I said. And since it's like a little bit of space, you want to take out. So once you start writing and it be like over the max amount of words you need, so then you want to go to your essay and be like, okay, I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna keep this in because this is more important. What 2 words I could take out that means this 1 word? And yeah, because when I was writing mine, everything in my essay sounds significant to me. It felt like I don't want to take out nothing. But then it's just a little bit of space, so you want to pack it with a punch. You want to get to the point. Yes, you want to let the readers live in that experience with you, but then you also want to get to the point because you only have a little bit of time. You get what I'm saying? It's basically like it's like a poem, kind of. Not a poem, but you see how like a poem is usually short and they have to get to the point. You have to get to the point with this. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's like once the hard thing starts to become taking out stuff and not actually writing stuff, it starts taking it, like it's taking stuff out of your essay that becomes the hard part. So now Most colleges have supplementals. It's additional to your common essay. It's additional to your college essay, to your personal essay. So each college has their own personal questions they want to ask you. So let's say, for instance, Howard was the only college to ask me the major I intend to study and why. Spelman was the only college to ask me if I could create a meaningful change in the world, what would it be? So each college has its own specific questions for you. Not every college has it, and not every college requires supplementals, and not every colleges require a college essay. So now supplementals, it can be like the max amount of words is 500, the max amount of words is 350, the max amount of words is just 300. Sometimes they'll tell you to write 3, sometimes they would give you 3 and you only have to pick 2, sometimes they would just put 1, sometimes they would just put 2. So it really just depends on the college. And when you're writing your supplemental, this is another chance for you to really be open, for them to get to know you as a person and not just your grades or your SATs and all the activities you've been in. Now they get to know who you are and like who you became because of this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just get to express yourself even more. You have another chance to tell these people who you are. So yeah, like, you just have another chance to show them that you're worth going to their college, or just show them who you are as a person. This is the time for you to express yourself and also advertise yourself even more. So some colleges that do not require a supplementals or a common essay, or a college essay, I'm sorry, I keep messing up, guys, I'm sorry, but it's Jackson State, Morgan State, and also Xavier University of Louisiana. It's plenty more, but those are the ones that I thought of. So now we're going to be talking about, I think it will be called abbreviations. So AA means Associates of Art, which I put in parentheses, liberal arts. So when you think of liberal arts, you think of molding, you think of pottery, you think of drawing, you think of painting, but it's actually not that. So when I graduate this year with my associate's degree in liberal arts, it's actually a little bit of everything. So I had a communication class, I had a calculus class, I had a civilization class, I had communication, I had drawing, art, I had bio, I had physiology, I had psychology, I had so many different things. So when you go for liberal arts, it's a little bit of everything. It's not arts, it's a little bit of everything. Most people say it's kind of useless to go for a liberal arts because it's like a waste of time, but it really depends on where you at in life. Because if you don't know what you want to do, but you still want a good paying job, you can kind of get any type of job with this associate's degree because you learned a little bit of everything. So now the next one is AS, which stands for Associates of Science. So Associates of Science, you're learning about science stuff. I don't really know what science stuff like fall under, but when I looked at my stuff, it said psychology also falls under science. So you're just learning about science stuff. The next one is ASS, which is Associates of Applied Science. I'm gonna put the words down here because it says you can take courses in this, and I do not know how to pronounce these words. So yeah. So then the next one is your bachelor's. So then it's BA stands for Bachelor's of Arts, which is the same thing essentially as liberal arts. So you can take courses in English, history, and social sciences. The next one is BS, which stands for Bachelor's of Science. You can take courses in biology, engineering, and mathematics. The next one is MA, which stands for Masters of Arts. You can take courses in social sciences, literature, and education. Then MS stands for Masters of Science, which you can take courses in engineering and computer science. Then the next one is a doctorate or a PhD or a doctor of philosophy. So this is the highest level of academics degree you can earn. So I just did an order of associates, bachelors, masters, and then doctorates. So every single time you earn a degree, if you earn it, every single time you earn a degree and associate, then your next step is going to be a bachelor's. So you just keep elevating, you just keep going higher, and as you go higher, the work is more advanced, the work is more intense, the work is more harder, you're learning it on a deeper level. It's just like every time you go up, it's just like you're learning a little bit more about it. You're learning a lot more about it. And then also, as you keep going up, the career in the field you work in starts to narrow down. It starts to get more specific. So let's say with a associate's degree, you are in education, right? And then now with a bachelor's degree, you learning that you want to be a ELA teacher. And then with your master's degree, you're learning that you want to be a professor. And then now you say now when you are narrowing it down, you are a professor in literature. So the higher you go, the more specific the career you want gets, if that makes sense. And then the work gets more advanced, it's more harder. It's just you're learning it on a deeper level. You're learning more about that field, that topic, that career. Now a doctorate, it says with this you are an expert in your field. So master's is saying like you know a lot about it, you know more about that field or career than most people know. But an expert, you know every single thing about that. And like I said, and having a doctorate is the highest level of academics, the degrees you can earn. And you can earn a doctorate to 3 years to 7 years. Okay, so the next thing I want to discuss with y'all is a double major. So a double major is technically like self-explanatory. You're taking 2 majors at one time, so you will graduate with 2 different degrees. Right? Okay. So then the next one is a major. Next one is a major. So it's what you really are focusing on, what you really want. So a major is the career you want in life. This is what you want in life. So that's what a major is, like the main thing that you're focusing on. Now a minor is a minor allows you to explore other fields. A minor is not necessary. You do not need a minor. A minor is just so you can just explore different fields, like I said, so you can see different things. Maybe the major that you have you really don't like, and then you're taking something else as a minor, and now you're learning that, okay, I like this, I want this to become my major. So yeah, minor just gives you room to just experience different things, just learn different things. So a minor comes secondary to a major. You do not need a minor, it is not necessary. So when I was thinking about double majoring, my counselor said that I was thinking about double majoring in psychology and fine arts, but my counselor said that I can minor in fine arts, and then it would just be like for fun for me, or she said that it would be therapeutic, or like it could take my mind off of certain things. Like it can be something fun, you know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory, it's not something I have to do, it's just a choice. So you don't need a minor. And also you do not have to get you don't have to go for so many different degrees and stuff like that. Like you don't have to go for a bachelor's, master's, this and third. I'm not discouraging you to do that, but you don't need to do that. Like you can write your resume in whatever way to make sure you get the job that you want with the credentials you have. So you could write it however way. You could put some big words to freaking like sweet talk these people and get you this job. Like you can write your resume in however way you want to. Hopefully that makes sense. Like when you get to like writing your resume and stuff, you get to like, you understand what I mean. So now the next abbreviations that I want to discuss is EA, which stands for early action. So you submit your application in November and you get your answer back in December. So usually when you are applying to college, you do not have to submit your application until January, and you do not get your answers back until March or April. So with early action, you are submitting your application before everybody else. So when you are submitting your application before everybody else, and your application has to be in by November, you really have to be on it. Like, you really have to know what you want to write about. Like, you really have to be on it. Like, you have to be on your back about this. You have to get this done. You have to meet this deadline. You don't have to meet it, but if you're saying you want to do early action, this is a goal that you're setting for yourself, and you have to get this stuff done. You cannot procrastinate. You have to get it done. So now the next abbreviation would be ED, which stands for early decision. So with this one too, you would submit your application in November and you get your answer back in December. But when you get your answer back, it's kind of like commitment day. So with early action, you're deciding that if I get accepted to this college, this is the college that I want to go to, guaranteed. So let's say you pick early decision for Howard, and you can only pick early decision for one college, and you get accepted to Howard, and then you also get accepted to Clark, Morgan State, and Lincoln, and you get accepted to all those other colleges. You have to decline all those other colleges, and you must go to Howard because you chose early decision. So you must go to that college. So you're committing to that college already. Like, once you submit that application in and you pick for it to be early decision, you have to go to that college if they accept you. So now regular decision, you submit your stuff. You have to submit your application before January 1st or something like that, and you get your answer back in March or April. But you do not, it's really your choice. When you have regular decision, you really give yourself the freedom to pick whatever college you want to go to. You have more of, it's really more lenient compared to early decision and early action, because you have to get that stuff in by the time it's November. But with regular decision, you don't have to get that stuff in until what is it called? Until January. So yeah, it's really, you have more freedom with this. It's more lenient, like I said, and you can pick whatever college you want to go to. You don't have to go, you can pick whatever college you want to go to. You don't have to go nowhere. It's not a must for you to go to that college. And then also, commitment date is May 1st. So some questions you should ask yourself when you're picking a college is, yes, you could like that college academically. Yes, it can, let's say John Jay. John Jay is criminal justice. And let's say you're going for law or whatever. But you want to make sure that, let's say if John Jay, I do not know if John Jay has a campus, or, I do not know if John Jay has dorming and stuff like that. But let's say if you are going to John Jay and John Jay has dorming, do you like that environment? Are you going to thrive in that environment? Are you going to be miserable in that environment? Is this where you see yourself for the next 4 or 2 years? Are you going to like this place? Are you going to like living here? Are you going to like the people? You may not like the people. You may not like the environment. You may not like the weather. You may you want to research about it. You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind, if you are dorming, do you like dorming life? Do you like campus life? Okay, so now we're going to talk about financial aid. So FAFSA. Financial aid and FAFSA is the same thing. So financial aid is the money the government is giving you depending on your guardians, the parent or the guardian you live with, income. So when you are doing financial aid and you have to put somebody's information in, it's the parent or guardian you are living with, or it's the person that's claiming you on your taxes. On their taxes. So when I had to fill out my FAFSA, it took me so long to fill it out because I thought that I needed my parents' taxes information and my parents' social security number, but I did not need that at all. I really didn't even need my mom's help, to be honest. I didn't need that. So do not procrastinate about it, because it's not guaranteed that you would get financial aid, and it's not hard to fill out. So do not procrastinate about it. So okay, so you want to fill out you should fill out however many scholarships. It's not a limit of how many scholarships you could fill out. It's also a such thing as an in-house scholarship. So that school can accept you, but then you can also you can still apply to scholarships that they're offering. Just because you got accepted to it does not mean that the scholarship that they're giving out is you're exempt to that. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. But like, just because you got into that college does not mean that you aren't able to apply to the scholarship that they're giving out. And also, even like before you get accepted to that college, you want to apply to scholarships that those colleges are offering. But then you also want to apply to colleges that, you also want to apply to scholarships that the college is not offering. So you want to apply to all, like, you can apply to however many colleges. You should apply to however many scholarships, okay? I'm sorry, I keep messing up. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. But, so now there's another thing called a Parent Plus loan. So Parent Plus loan means that your parents will take out a loan for you to go to college, but you do not have to pay that money back until you graduate college. So let's say I took out a Parent Plus loan in 2025 and I'll be graduating in like 2029. I don't have to pay that money back in 2029. But just because my parents took out the money in their name, I have to pay it back. Nakaija Coombs have to pay it back, even though Nakaija mother might have took out that loan. I have to pay it back. But you don't have to pay it back until 4 years later. Right? 4 years later. And when you're paying that money back, you can make it however way you want. Like, you can say, I only want to pay $100 a week or $100 a month. I only want to pay $1,000 a month or whatever. Like, you can fix it however you want to fix it. There's nobody telling you how much you have to pay. So that is all the college advice, applying to college's advice I have. There's plenty more information I can give, but those are the ones I thought of. So if you have any more questions, I'll be more than happy. Well, not any more questions because I didn't ask these questions, but if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I hope this was helpful. I hope that this made your applying to colleges experience more easier than it was for me, because all the things I'm telling you is all the questions I have for myself. So yeah, I hope that make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.